So we're back at the table with the MP450 Turbo Immersion Blender from RoboCoupe. We're going to fire it up, we're going to show you some of the action, how it works, and a couple other features here. So we've talked about blade removal, the bell housing being able to be removed and sanitized, everything being able to take apart. We're back together. We talked also about the new removable cord and replaceable cord. One thing to note as we're ready to roll here is that when your new replaceable cord is in and you've used the tool and it's correctly installed and you've plugged it in, you've got a green go light on the front. That's a new LED, so it tells you that you're good to go, the cord's in, you're powered on, you're ready. So, how this operates is we've got an on-off trigger right here. You've got these two icons and two different buttons on the top. You've got unlock on the top, you've got lock on the side. And how this works is you need to hit unlock to turn on, and then you can push lock while it's on to lock it on and let it keep running. You could, for instance, turn it on and let go with your finger and hold that on-off button and do it that way, and you're in control of that, and it stops as you let the button off. Or you could place it, as a lot of operators do. There are operations where this is required, though I did speak earlier about not letting it go on too long and letting heat migrate up into your motor. But you could lock it on, put it into the vessel. We have, once again, the 5-gallon vessel is approximately the 18-inch shaft on a 450. So one other feature back here, you'll see this molded in lug on the back of the body right here, and that is for vessels and things like this that are long enough, and if they're any deeper, you can hang it by that lug right there on the rim of the container, and that's what that's for. So we're going to press unlock, and then press lock so it stays on. We're going to run it. We're going to get a close-up of the action there, and then we're going to do a little trick here that's kind of fun. So we'll start it up. About halfway through, we're going to add this 2 cups of kidney beans to the mix. And the idea is so you can get a visual of how the action and the turbo action of the immersion blender works. So we'll start. We're going to lock it on. There we go. Now, you can see right here, you can see the blade spinning. You can see the action that's created. You can see how fast the water is spinning right here. Okay, so we're going to take the kidney beans, we're just going to go in. You ready? Keep an eye on it. And you'll see right down here, you can see the turbo action. You can see how the material goes through the blades and gets cut and gets blended in finer and finer. We let that go another minute or so, and you can see how all the pieces are getting smaller and smaller and getting recut. Okay, we're going to turn it off. We do that by unlock and the on-off button and let go, and just like that, that turns it off. So you'll see, you saw the action in the bottom. You saw as the material got into the blades how it starts chopping and blending, and then you see the end result. We've got 2 cups of kidney beans that are now blended into that water. There's tiniest shards of the skins barely floating around in there still. You could theoretically, you could get the rest of those if you let it keep going. This purpose of all water with a few beans is obviously not optimum, but this is why I do this for demonstration so you can see the action. If it was a full soup or a stew, there'd be a lot more stuff in there, and it'd probably blend out and could get smoother. The ingredients would also be cooked, so that would also help for the blending. That's the main purpose of immersion blender usually, is that bisque, that hot soup, that blending items on the stove specifically. That's why you bring the appliance to the food, not the food to the appliance, as opposed to other methods of preparation. And that's why the RoboCoupe immersion blender line is the finest, most heavy-duty immersion blenders that you can get out in the food service industry. For this and other tips and tricks, we'd really like you to subscribe and hit that button on the RestEquipPro channel, because we try and bring you the very best. Because I'm Sean O, the RestEquipPro.